everybody, how's it going? This is Danger Man. This is season 1. This is episode number 5. This episode is called The Lovers. I'm excited to watch this. I get excited each time I'm about to watch one of these, actually. I don't know what it is. I quite like how he is quite different to how we see number 6 in The Prisoner, but he's like just as kind of charming in this in a way that he was in The Prisoner. And I think that's just because of the guy that he is. Like, he's just so cool to watch, and I've just been loving this completely. The Lovers is going to be interesting because we already saw, I think it was the first episode of this series, it was like View from the Villa, where there was like this man who was killed and he had this secret girlfriend, and then his wife was involved, and then like her secret partner was involved in this guy's death, and it was all over gold and everything. And we've seen episodes during this where there's been twists and turns, and I think that's why this works really well, because these episodes are quite short, but they manage to pack a lot into each one, and I think that's what I like about it. Like, there's a conclusion to each episode. There's something about the narration during this as well. It's like we're going on the journey with him through this narration, and I really like that. Reminds me a little bit of Citizen Kane, actually, like where we get like these bits of information fed to us, but it's just a really clever way to get the story moving along, but also take you on that journey at the same time. So I'm just going to get on into this. Let's go. I love that car. Oh. What's he gonna do?
Now, I've been sentenced to death by their present government, in my absence, fortunately.
Oh.
Technically speaking, of course, the Moravian embassy is on Moravian soil, but they were hardly likely to execute me there and then on a Wednesday morning in a respectable London square, so curiosity got the better of me.
He went.
I was even more surprised when I was ushered into the office of my old enemy, Miguel Torres, undercover agent, provocateur, freelance saboteur.
My old friend, John Drake.
Why aren't you dead? Thank you.
Now the legitimate representative of a legitimate government.
A legitimate government. I don't think there's any such thing.
Now, we do not carry torches or banners, you or I.
What's on your mind?
Our President Gomez and his wife arrived in this country last night.
Oh, yes, I do scan a newspaper occasionally. Top-level trade talks, very good publicity angle, too. The Lovers, where my husband goes, I go. My country and Maria are my life.
Is someone trying to kill them?
I did a good job, yes. But it is all true. They are very dependent upon one another.
So?
Nothing must happen to either of them while they are in London.
Ah.
This is why I have sent for you.
Going to keep an eye on them.
I was told to get the best.
You're the best.
Your dear old pal.
Right. I want you with your quick eyes watching, with your big ears listening, and your animal sense of danger.
The real reason?
We are expecting trouble.
Assassination attempt?
Friends.
Be a little more explicit, please.
Come now, Drake. This is Mike Torres, remember? And remember 2 years ago, the uprising in Moravia? Who was it helped the leaders to escape? Huh? Who was it found them refuge here in London? Who knows where they are and is trusted by them? You! That is why I must have your help.
I'll take the job, for one reason only. As you say, I know many Moravian exiles in this country. To them, the mere existence of your President Pablo Gomez is an offense and extreme provocation. They've got every reason for wanting to kill him. But they're my friends, and I wouldn't like them to get into that sort of trouble.
Bring him in. He looks dependable. You may go.
He's more than dependable.
Drake alone.
As you wish, Senora.
I'm aware, Mr. Drake, that in the recent revolt in our country, you did not play a role exactly sympathetic to us.
Now, my sympathies on that occasion were with your husband's enemies. I helped them to escape. I thought, in fact, I still think that they were in the right. But that, of course, has nothing to do with my protecting your husband and yourself.
Ah, Torres has told you what is expected of you?
Yes.
How do you propose to do it?
Well, I should think the first and obvious thing is to check on all the exiles over here. I know where most of them are and what they've been doing since they fled your country.
No, I do not want them persecuted anymore.
Do you usually hire experts and then do the job yourself?
It's a good question.
Let me put it this way, Mr. Drake. We do not wish to be vindictive.
Well, admirable sentiments, but then, of course, you can afford to be forgiving. Nevertheless, I should still like to check on them, should I find it necessary.
If you say so.
I don't trust this lady at all.
Mr. Torres at least once every day.
No, not to Mr. Torres, either to you or to your husband.
As you wish, Mr. Drake.
You'll be hearing from me. Bye. Hey, Mr. Stavros said he was waiting to meet me in a pub called the Cricketers. I'd never heard of Mr. Stavros. His style was dramatic. He said it was a matter of life and death.
His style was dramatic. He just put a little note on his steering wheel. See, it always like baffles me when you say like a pint of bitter. There he is. Look for the one that looks most frazzled.
Thank you.
I'll now drink a beer with you, sir.
Another beer, please.
Thank you.
You write this note?
Perhaps.
You say that there is a certain piece of information which might be of considerable interest to a distinguished visitor to this country.
I do not say. The note says I make bombs.
Commercially, for a fee. Nothing personal.
Exactly.
Oh, it's very interesting, but right now I'm rather overstocked on bombs.
You must not treat me like a door-to-door salesman. I'm not trying to sell you a bomb.
What are you trying to sell me?
A piece of information. Early this morning, I delivered a bomb to a customer. It is intended for a very distinguished visitor to this country.
Oh.
Thank you.
Shit.
A thermal bomb.
So naturally you became unusually curious.
Oh, it contains its own automatic detonating agent. See, this is the casing, you see, and now I seal it. Once sealed, self-generating heat is produced by this element.
I love how he's just
The set time
started doing this in the middle of a pub.
lights itself up.
Anyone could be
Very
listening.
impressive. About the bomb. What time is it set to go off? You have delivered it, haven't you?
Yeah,
I can tell you who purchased it, where it is now.
but not what
and
time it's about to go.
It will detonate itself and where.
Oh, he
I
can.
don't think 10,000 pounds too high a price for this information, do you?
Ah.
How do you learn these things?
You're very clever, sir. Oh, so cunning. If I tell you how, I tell you who.
All right. I'll pay. Now, if you were to come
No.
with me...
You get the money in cash.
Because then it can't be traced if it's in cash, right?
It won't go off before then.
Sir.
So much for the lovers.
And now I had to tell her that somewhere in London, a bomb was waiting to keep an appointment with her husband.
What if she, like, paid for the bomb? Did she pay for the bomb?
Couldn't you have had the police hold him?
Well, I considered it, but we don't want him, you know. We want the bomb, if there is a bomb.
And you think there is?
Yeah.
That's why I let him go. Oh, incidentally, I gave him the number of your private line up here.
You say this bomb, if there is a bomb, is already set to go off at a certain time. Nothing will stop it.
That's right.
Are they going to a party
Of course
soon?
you must have the money.
Attention, please. Mr. John Drake. Attention, please. Mr. John Drake. Telephone call for Mr. John Drake.
Oh.
Please call at the station master's office.
No, that is not true. I have not broken my word. I swear there is no one watching me. I give you my solemn word. Now listen, if you come... The bomb. Where is it? What time does it go off?
Tonight, 8:25
Where at?
precisely.
Tonight. 8:25. Precisely. Where is it? Where?
Ah.
I told no one else. The only people who knew were the president and his wife.
Yes.
But who killed Stavros is not our main problem at the moment. We have to find that bomb. I'll go and check on the exiles. It seems to be the logical step. I'll be back later on.
He doesn't know anything about this bomb, Mr. Drake. I promise you he doesn't.
I'm sure he doesn't.
I don't trust anything that looks silver now, though.
Please forgive this intrusion.
Oh, yes.
Please, Mr. Drake, don't.
All right, you can come out now, ma'am.
I knew she was involved.
Don't worry about anything, Rosa. I'll take care of it all.
Hey.
Enter. Ah, Mr. Drake. Good evening.
May I bring my men in now, sir?
Men? What men?
Gotta search.
Or to search your suite.
Either you have gone mad or I have.
There's a
Now
bomb.
tell me slowly, why should anyone want to search my suite?
Sure your wife has told you?
She told me nothing. One moment, she is here.
And then she's gone.
Maria, here a moment.
Yes, my love?
What's all this nonsense I hear from Drake about searching the suite?
Mr. Drake has had information that a thermal bomb designed to kill us is concealed somewhere. Possibly in the embassy.
By all means, bring in your men. Make a complete search.
Oh, it's all right. The alarm's over.
That's the
It's not
dress.
necessary to leave the building any longer.
Good, but we are going out. Excuse me.
It's in the car.
I thought you were staying in this evening.
It is nothing official.
The opera.
My husband and I are going to the ballet.
One of them was going to have a last-minute excuse for not getting in that car. One of
Yes,
them.
she.
I thought I knew which.
Oh.
Sir, a long-distance call. The Minister for Defense. He must speak to you immediately.
What now?
Shit.
Very well. Sorry, my love. You go on. I will follow.
Oh.
He stayed behind, not her. In 3.5 minutes, your car is going to...
Explode.
What is all this about?
Your husband.
I'm sorry, but I suspect that it was your husband who tried to kill you.
This was a really different episode, but I really liked it. Knowing that there was this couple that, for all intents and purposes, everyone from the outside looking in thought they were like this perfect couple, these two lovers, and there was nothing in this relationship that was bad or could go wrong or anything. And then we meet them, and the first time we hear them together, they're arguing quite badly, and then they put on this facade when Drake walks into the room of being like this happy, loving couple. And all the way through this, I thought, because we kept seeing the wife, I kept thinking the wife is behind this. She's the one who met this guy to asked him to create a bomb. That guy's then being killed at the train station when Drake's went to give him money for information. And all we learned was that at 8:25 there was this bomb that was going to go off. And at first I was like, it's going to be in the house, and then it wasn't. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's in the car. Or actually, maybe it's at the ballet because they suddenly were going to the ballet. But it was actually in the car. For Drake to then be like, one of these two people is going to have an excuse not to get into this car. And I was like, it's going to be the lady. 100% it's going to be the lady. But then it was the guy, and that surprised me because I didn't expect that at all. And him then being like, at the end, I'm really sorry, but your car exploded. Your wife wasn't in it. And if anything happens to her in future, I'll know about it. Because he probably kept an eye on that entire relationship so that he knew that nothing happened to her. Because he obviously wanted her to achieve her goals of trying to create this peace, because there was clearly some troubles going on where they were originally from. So it was interesting to watch this one, actually. I loved that scene in the pub between Drake and the guy who created the bomb. There was just something about that scene that I just thought was absolute brilliant. And it was Patrick's performance, actually. Like, just watching him, he was so, like, it was easy for him to do that scene, and it looked effortless. And I think that's why it was so brilliant watching that scene. And it's so mesmerizing to watch, actually, like the slightest movement of his eyes or his hand or anything, and I'm just captivated by it. Like, what a guy to watch. Like, absolutely amazing. I'm loving watching this, actually. Like, these little episodes, I'm watching 2 or 3 at a time because I'm just loving it. I think it's an absolute joy to watch it. So I'm gonna go watch the next one, and I will see you guys later. So thank you.